Spider-Man 2 is finally out, and yeah, I meant to make this video 2 years ago. My bad, guys. Anyway, I have the platinum on both of the other Insomniac Spider-Man games, and they were so enjoyable. So today, I'll be getting all 43 trophies in Spider-Man 2. So the game starts off with Harry being sick, and Norman's big brain solution to this is to give his own son 19 inches of venom. And yeah, this just puts him in a coma for 2 years. We now see Peter as a high school teacher, who on his first day leaves all his kids alone during a disaster to fight Sandman. Yeah, we're getting fired. The Sandman fight was actually pretty hype, and at some point, we end up in Sandman's hand, and he throws us like this. But when he gets a hold of Miles, suddenly he's the best pitcher in the league. We also get introduced to the new web wings mechanic in this fight, which gives me flashbacks to Just Cause 3's platinum. Anyway, after taking down Sandman with a bunch of water and lightning, we're awarded our first trophy. With the city now covered in sand, there's a lot of work to be done. But like, first responders can definitely handle this, Peter. You're being fired from your job right now. Go back to work! The next hour is a bit more tutorial, introducing us to all the various activities that I'm gonna ignore until post-game, including kidnapping. But after all that, we get access to the open world, and unlock the new suit styles, which are just alternate suit colors. And after we buy our first one, we become stylish. Returning home in classic Pete fashion, we see that MJ got a botched plastic surgery, and we're still in debt. Life could not get worse. But that's okay, because immediately after, Harry shows up at our door, freshly out of his coma, and offers us a job at his new startup. That's my man. But we have a prison convoy to guard, and this is where Kraven shows up. He's dying of cancer in this game, but that's kind of a pussy way of dying, so he's just kidnapping superpowered people all game, waiting for one to kill him. He shows up here to nab both Scorpion and Mr. Negative, and succeeds. But not before Mr. Negative gives Miles a seizure, which actually upgraded his powers. I also stumbled across this rooftop where these dudes were setting off fireworks, and when my spider sense goes off, Miles just backflips and lets the dude die.
Oh my god! Oh,
At this point, my first side mission popped up on the map, so as Miles, I made my way down to Vision's Academy, and
maybe one of those scholarships has my name on it, if he likes my sound.
Miles, I promise you he won't. The school has 5 missions total, so after finding a missing teacher, saving a mascot costume, asking a gay man out, and doing someone's homework for them, the final Visions mission appeared. Which was actually just a cutscene, but we did get the Brooklyn Pride trophy from it, which they definitely have.
You should call yourself the Great Electric Spider.
Tracking Kraven's hunters to one of their hideouts, we figure out his motives by watching a video of him killing Scorpion. But then we see that our fine shit's next. So we send Miles to bag a baddie. And he fumbles so hard that she literally turns gay and teleports to Paris.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
With her gone, we head to Coney Island to try and rebound, but run into a reformed Mysterio and Tombstone, who Kraven's goons immediately come to unreform, and in the process blow up a roller coaster. And with Spider-Man's strength failing, we were deadass about to let 2 people die. That is, until Harry showed up, and with his 19 inches, he saved the day. So yeah, Harry has powers now, and while we're trying to break Tombstone out, he just shows up and smacks the shit out of this guy. Turns out, he's not really good at this hero stuff yet, and he almost gets Tombstone killed. But it's all good, because we still managed to save him. Then for some reason, MJ decides to go investigate Dr. Connors, completely alone, without telling either of the Spider-Men or Harry. So now we have to play as her. which is at least more fun in this game than it was in the first. probably because you can actually fight back and MJ doesn't die the second you're spotted. Actually, she's kinda invincible in some sections. Eventually, we make our way to the doctor, but Craven also gets there at the same time, and MJ really thought she was about to do something here. He ends up injecting his ooze into Connors right as we show up as Spider-Man. So Craven lights the whole zoo on fire. Then, even with Pete and Harry there, MJ decides again that she can 1v1 Craven. And Peter is so shocked by that decision that he literally dies. But this is where Venom cheats on Harry, letting Peter wield the 19 inches. MJ, I hope you're ready. Anyway, the suit's stuck to Pete, which means Harry's back to dying. But we get a trophy, so who cares? After a bit more web slinging, we decide it's time to get back on Indeed and get hired as a waiter. But it doesn't take long for Peter to crash out on the customers. We then head to the church to find Craven, and this was probably the best scene in the game for me because it reminds me of Spider-Man 3. But Craven noticed our weakness to sound, so now both Spider-Men have experienced a seizure this game. After stealing the lizard serum and escaping, we meet up with Harry for some science.
Particle accelerator? That'd be like using a shotgun for a haircut.
But Craven's goons follow and destroy our lab. With the lizard cure in hand, it was time to find the beast, which means we get to play that mission from the trailer everyone saw, and it was pretty fun. But my enjoyment was immediately ruined when I decided to swap to Miles for a side quest. Why am I playing as a deaf graffiti artist? This is Spider-Man, not Life is Strange.
Oh my god!
And this is where I immediately switched back to Peter to continue hunting the lizard. And we got not one, not two, but 3 fighting phases.
No wonder your family left you. You're not strong enough.
And it was probably the best boss in the entire game. And when we finally get Dr. Connors back, our 5th trophy pops. Now I think Harry may have laced the suit with Fent before he gave it to Peter, because he starts tweaking the fuck out and tries to kill MJ. And yeah, nobody really likes Peter at this point in the story, because of our Venom.
Why don't you pop some more pills and say what you're really feeling?
Hey, don't.
So we switch over to Miles, who got kidnapped during Pete's crash out, and end up in an entertainment fight with Mr. Negative, which means more in-your-head sequences, and I actually got one of Miles' combat trophies here. And after that, we help Mr. Negative escape by kicking him through the roof, but for some reason Miles just doesn't follow him. Either way, with the end of the mission, we get a trophy pop. We then go looking for Miles, but when we find him, Peter becomes Crash Out of the Year, and we have a big fight which results in Peter losing the symbiote and another trophy popping. But this also means that Harry has the symbiote back, and we were a bit mean to him. So this time, he goes full on Venom and just starts killing people in what is probably the most fun mission of the game. And it ends with a boss fight against Craven, which I was shocked to see that Venom actually just bites his head off. And once we see Venom's plans, we get another trophy. It was at this point in the story that the final Flame side mission was made available, so I decided to go for the trophy for completing the mission strand. In these, you run into Yuri, your police officer friend turned vigilante, trying to take down the Flame, a crazy criminal cult. These missions aren't anything crazy, until the end, where they tease Carnage and give us a trophy. With that done, it was time to wrap up the main story. And this is where Harry jumps MJ. Peter arrives at the house, and when Venom throws a shot at him, once again, MJ goes full caveman mode and jumps in front of Spider-Man to take the hit. Then Peter gets defeated by a fridge, while Harry puts his 19 inches in MJ to cuck him for the ultimate revenge. MJ gets turned into Scream, and she actually puts up quite a fight.
My back. Oh, my back.
But in the end, we get the symbiote off of her for another trophy. Harry then goes off to have symbiote children all over New York, but sadly, he did not pay his child support, so we have to take them all out.
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
And after getting some new anti-venom abilities from Mr. Negative, that's no problem, even giving us a combat trophy for using them. Going into the final mission, Miles shows up in the most whack fit imaginable.
What the fuck are you wearing?
It's time for a Miles Morales original, you know? One of one.
That shit's ass, bro.
After bombing some symbiote nests, it was time to fight Harry. And I'll be honest, the last bit of this game definitely felt rushed, but it was still fun. After another useless backflip from Miles, we use our anti-venom powers to kill the symbiote, putting Harry back in a coma. And after like 15 minutes of cutscenes, we get our final story trophy. Which means we can start the actual trophy grind. I start by finishing up all the tech stashes that Uncle Aaron left around, and thank God we did not have to make another beat. I then moved on to the Mysteriums, and while making my way through these, I popped the last combat trophy for Miles. Finishing up the rest of the Mysteriums, we learned that it was actually his assistants that were framing him. Women. Am I right? Anyway, that gave us our 16th trophy. Doing my last set of side missions for Miles, we have to steal back a bunch of important music stuff for the museum, and once we enjoy the open house, our community is saved. With no more Miles-specific side objectives left, it was time to switch to Big Dog Peter for the rest of the platinum. I started with the Sandman crystals, which were pretty simple. There's 14 crystals to break in the game, each one containing a piece of Sandman's memory. And once we have them all, we end the questline with a wholesome mission where we give a gift to his daughter. Good job, game. Next up was one of my least favorite side activities, the symbiote nests. There's 10 total, and all you have to do for these is set the bomb and protect it for about 2 minutes. Once I destroyed my last one, the trophy popped. After that, I realized I had most of the photo ops done.
Parker, wake up! Wake up! Shoot the picture!
So I went ahead and snapped the last few. With another easy trophy down, I decided to tackle the hunter blinds, of which there's 11. And while doing so, I got another combat trophy, but for some reason, this one never popped in the top corner, along with the trophy for collecting 10,000 tech parts.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did!
Finishing the last hunter blind reveals a bit of family drama about the now digested Craven, and how he slimed his whole family during this hunt.
If you really are the one, let us see if you can leave Volgograd unscathed.
But we got our trophy. After that, it was time to de-stress with some fishing. This was just part of the EMF experiments, this game's version of Harry's research labs. Completing the last one gave me a trophy, and enough XP to hit max level. Now I only had 3 side quests left. The first unlocks after we tail a bunch of Craven's birds, which was actually quite fun. And in the end, it's revealed that Chameleon is actually Craven's brother, and we get our trophy. The second side quest was for Howard, the Pigeon Man from the first game, and this was my favorite side mission in the game. We bring his birds to a new home.
Okay, this is it. Your new home. Pidgey, you're in charge.
And return to see that he's joined his wife.
Oh, hey, Spider-Man.
Hey, sorry. Friend of mine.
And finally, for the last side quest, we have to find this lady's grandpa.
Your granddaughter asked me to find you.
Granddaughter. Oh. Well, tell her I'll be back in a minute.
I proposed to my wife here.
And we sort of just sit and talk with him. And honestly, these last 2 missions made me feel more like Spider-Man than most of the others.
Can I tell you something, Spider-Man? I know I'm fading. It's scary as hell. Thought I'd be ready, but nothing gets you ready.
By the time our conversation ends, we get the trophy for completing all app requests. I still had a few spider bots left, but with the new fast travel system, these took mere minutes to collect, giving me both the trophy for all spider bots and the 100% completion trophy. With everything complete, I took a look at my upgrades and purchased the remaining ones for 3 trophies. Now I just had a couple miscellaneous trophies left. I got 1 for failing a trick, 1 for flying from the financial district to Astoria without touching the ground, 1 for performing 30 tricks without touching the ground, 2 more combat trophies that I guess I just never got. I found the science trophy from the Miles Morales game as Miles, visited May's grave as Peter, and finally, I got a home run.
And Parker does it all with the home run bunt. Never in all my years have I seen one man accomplish so much by doing so little.
But wait, we're not done yet. Instead of giving a story DLC for this game, they added 1 single silver trophy for playing New Game Plus. So for the sake of 100%, it's time for a speedrun. And finishing in just under 6 hours, the final trophy is mine. So yeah, that was Spider-Man 2's Platinum. And while I love the game, it definitely could have been better. The world's bigger and we have 2 Spider-Men this time, but somehow it feels like there's less to do, and the entire third act of the game felt a bit rushed. Nonetheless, it was a very fun and easy Platinum. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more Spider-Man Platinums, make sure to subscribe.